Hello everyone. In this session, we will design and understand a simple arithmetic pipeline. Let us understand first of all, before I get you people into the topic itself, I will give you a simplest idea to understand the concept of pipelining. Simple. We do have a CPU, right? We do have a CPU. In the CPU, we do have a ALU. Okay. What is ALU? Let me explain you something that what is the ALU. If I ask you to define ALU, you will tell me that it is nothing but an arithmetic logic unit. But actually, it is not arithmetic and logic unit. This is arithmetic or logical unit, because when you talk about an ALU, of course, it is going to perform all the arithmetic operations, all logical operations, but only one at a time, right? My ALU will be able to perform all the operations, but strictly only one and only one at a time. That's the reason why ALU definition is arithmetic or logical unit. Now, what we'll do is we will make this R conjunction as an AND conjunction to make it more parallel. Okay, let me tell you. Okay, now pipelining is all about segmentization. Segmentization. What is segmentization? Before pipelining, CPU is a single entity. CPU is a single entity. Okay, this is only one entity in which when an instruction enters inside, unless the instruction goes outside, the next instruction cannot enter. That is, when an instruction goes inside, unless it gets completely finished, let it take as many clock cycles as it can to complete. Finally, after completion, I1 goes out. Okay, then only it is possible for the second instruction to come in. Let us say that this I1, instruction 1, will take 5 clock cycles, right? This I1 will take 5 clock cycles. So I2 will have to wait for 5 clock cycle to get it turn. Once after it turn comes, then it enters into the CPU. Similarly, I3 will have to wait for both I1, I2 to finish. Then only I3 can enter. So here, this is viewed as a single entity. The CPU is viewed as a single entity. Okay. But in pipeline, what we do is we divide the CPU into multiple segments. Segment 1, segment 2, segment 3, and segment 4. Okay. So here you can clearly see, rather, it takes 5 clock cycles, right? I divided into 5 different segments. The single CPU has been divided into 5 different segments. Now, you can clearly see when instruction I1 enters into segment 1, I2 will have to wait. The moment I1 goes from segment 1 to segment 2, I2 can enter into segment 1. Yes, no? Now, I2 need not wait for 5 clock cycles because the CPU has been partitioned into 5 segments. Each segment is capable of performing a partial task. Earlier, the total task will be finished in 5 clock cycles. Now, what we have divided is the total CPU has been divided into partial segments, where each segment will be able to execute a partial task. Okay, completely when instruction goes through all these segments, it will get completely finished. All the tasks which are related to fetch, decode, execute will get finished. Okay, so here pipelining is all about segmentizing. Now you can clearly see the speed up will definitely be improved, because at any point of period, the system can have 5 instructions parallelly in the system. Okay, once after the pipeline is at full pace, you can see that each of these segment holds one instruction. That means that 5 instructions are already in the system. So the pipeline speed is dramatically improved than the previous pipelines. Previous implementation of a single non-pipeline CPU. This is what pipeline is all about. Pipelining is all about segmentization. Okay, now there are 2 kinds of a pipelines. One is data pipeline Data pipeline can also be called as an arithmetic pipeline. One is data pipeline and one more is instruction pipeline. Instruction pipeline. Let us see what is a data pipeline. Now, there is a definition for the pipeline. Let us understand the definition later, but understand what is a data pipeline. You know, if you want to execute a program requires instructions. Okay, this instruction requires some operands. Operands 1, operand 2. These are considered to be the data elements, right? These are considered to be the data elements. There is operand 1, there is operand 2. Finally, where the operation is going to be performed? The operation is going to be performed in the ALU. Okay. If you want to process the data, I do require ALU. In ALU only data elements will get processed. That means that data pipeline meaning segmentizing ALU. ALU will be segmentized. Okay. So here earlier we know that the ALU is capable of performing any operation, any of the arithmetic operation, that is, addition, subtraction, incrementing, decrementing, but only one at a time. And ALU is also capable of performing any operation, which is a logical operation. There are 16 logical operations, in fact, but only one at a time. Arithmetic, one more thing is shift operation. ALU is also capable of performing shift operations, but only one at a time. So ALU will be able to execute either one of the arithmetic operation or one of the logical operations or one of the shift operations, but only one at a time. But now what we are doing is we are dividing the ALU into multiple segments where each segment can operate in parallel with the other segments. Okay, here you can see the capabilities of the ALU has been divided into multiple segments. You can see that there is an adder subtractor segment, integer multiply, logic unit, shift unit, incremental, floating point addition subtraction, floating point multiplication, floating point division. Now let us say I do have two instructions. One is a plus b and x into y. So here earlier, if you do have a single ALU, first a plus b must be done, then x into y must be performed, right? But here I do have two segments which supports these two operations in parallel. So as x into y is getting executed in integer multiply, a plus b will get executed parallelly in adder subtractor segment. So here segmentization will achieve some parallelism. Okay, now let us understand. Pipelining is a technique of decomposing a sequential process into sub-operations, with each sub-process being executed in a partial dedicated segment that operates concurrently with all the other segments. That is, I do have something called a plus b into c plus d. Okay, first what you do is you just divide into, this is a sequential process. First a plus b must be performed, then c plus d must be performed, then multiplication must be performed. So you divide these operations into sub operations. First a plus b, second c plus d, and finally a plus b into c plus d. You divide into sub operations where each operation can be executed in parallel to the other segment so that speed up will be increased. Now what we'll do is we will design a data pipeline. Okay, now with a simplest example, I'm going to make it very clear how a data pipeline can be designed and in what way the speed up will be increased when it gets compared with the corresponding non-pipeline system. Thank you.